The India versus China rivalry is soaring not just across the LAC in Ladakh but also on the economic front, with India not only challenging but beating China as one of the biggest and most lucrative markets in the world. According to reports, India is on the brink of a significant milestone of surpassing China as the largest two-wheeler market in the world in FY24. India is set to bag a 35% market share in global two-wheeler industry, leaving China behind, which has a 34% market share. But it's the pace of India's economic rise that has shocked global business titans. Just last year in FY23, China had been well ahead of India with 37% market share compared to India's 32%. But what's driving India's two-wheeler market at a rapid pace? Firstly, it's the nation's robust economic recovery after the pandemic across all sectors, and that has been pivotal, leading to a growing consumer confidence in the Indian economy and Prime Minister Modi's leadership. China's growth after repeated and prolonged pandemic lockdowns has been sluggish. The real estate industry has had the biggest impact, but now it is being seen across other sectors like the two-wheeler market, which has lost its global top spot to India. Other factors driving India's growth include a preference for two-wheelers in the shared space of India's bustling urban centers, as well as a preference for two-wheelers for short-distance travel over four-wheelers. Leading this surge is the electric two-wheeler segment, with the sales penetration of electric bikes and scooters being 1.5 times that of four-wheeled electric passenger cars in India. What's transformative is that in 2024, nearly a quarter of all two-wheelers sold in India are expected to be electric, which is a major landmark in India's bold ambition of having 30% electric vehicles among all vehicles sold in India by 2030. So by the end of this decade, nearly 50 to 60% of total two-wheeler sales in India are expected to be electric. With this, India is leading the global charge and change, shifting from non-renewable to renewable transport network. Prime Minister Modi's central government and cooperation with various state governments have offered numerous incentives and subsidies to industry manufacturers to power India's electric mobility. Somin Mandal, a senior analyst, was reported saying, quote, "Especially Southeast Asian countries and India will witness mainstream adoption of E2Ws with a faster transition to EVs in these markets," unquote. Nearly 8 million electric two-wheelers were sold globally last year. Among the top 10 global E2W or electric two-wheeler brands, 3 are Indian companies including TVS Motor, Ola Electric and Ather Energy. 2 of these are EV-first companies in the two-wheeler segment and are challenging industry leaders including Bajaj, Hero and TVS. The report added, quote, "In the premium two-wheeler segment, we are seeing the entry of newer players such as Ultraviolet, Revolt Motors, Energica Motor, Damon and ARC Vehicle to compete with Harley-Davidson, Enfield, Yamaha and others." India's economic and sales boom is not just limited to the two-wheeler market. Just last year, India again beat China to become the largest seller of electric three-wheelers in the world. In fact, electric three-wheeler sales in India reached 6 lakh after rising almost two-thirds in a year. China's electric three-wheeler sales dipped by 8% in the same period to just 3.2 lakh units sold. Though China is still the second largest market in the world behind India in this segment, India and China combined account for a staggering 95% of all electric three-wheelers sold in the world. The Indian EV industry's rise has also attracted attention from China. The Chinese EV company Leapmotor announcing plans to enter the Indian market by the end of 2024 with 2 new models along with its partner auto giant Stellantis. Leapmotor is considered to be among the top 3 EV startups to spring up in China. If the two-wheeler and EV industry trends are any indication, then the world's largest democracy, India, is well on its way to closing the gap to China as the world's factory. Have your say. Can India continue its stunning economic rise under Prime Minister Modi's leadership and challenge China? Leave a comment with your opinion and remember to like and subscribe to Inconnect News.